Century International Invitational Tournament. Today, one of our contestants could win den furniture, an elegant necklace, a complete kitchen, or a trip to Florida, and continue a journey towards a fortune in cash and prizes. The grand prize, this $36,000 Corvette. It's the USA versus Australia and Canada on Sail of the Century. And now, here's the star of our show, Jim Hay.
Hello there. Thank you very much. Delighted to have you with us in the studio, and we are delighted to welcome you at home for Sale of the Century. Well, today is the day we'll find out who the U.S. finalist is going to be in the International Invitational Tournament. We'll be starting on our next show. We brought back 9 very, very good players. We are down to 3, and if you're not with us on our last show, this final is determined by the cumulative scores of the last show plus this one. So all 3 of these players have some scores, and we'll have them introduced now and give you their scores. Summer Bartholomew. Hello there, Summer.
Hello, hi.
Just to remind everybody about what their scores are and all, you introduce the players.
Yes, I certainly will. Our first challenger is back with 85 points from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Please welcome Tim Holleran.
Hi there, Tim.
And he's coming back with 60 points from Raleigh, North Carolina. Let's hear it for Diane Walker.
Diane.
And he's coming back with 60 points from San Diego, California. Began to Bill Fogel.
Hello there, Bill. Hi, Tim. Tim, we'll see you later with some bargains. Thank you. Yes, on our last show, Tim, you came out on top. You went up to the winner's board, got a nice prize, but more importantly, you've got that lead. You are at 85, and Diane and Bill, you still have confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. All righty, because you're just $25 behind each of you. There will be 3 trips to the Fame Game board, and as I mentioned, always there is a $25 money card. That alone would get you into a tie with Tim. So, Tim, ready to go?
Let's go.
Diane?
Ready.
Bill?
Ready.
Good luck. 3 nice people, good players, and here we go. Although he made several films, including Runaway and Lassiter, he's best known, Bill?
Tom Selleck.
That's exactly right. For Magnum, it is indeed Tom Selleck, and Bill gets 5 for the correct answer, going to 65. What Italian navigator shares his last name with the capital city of Ohio? Tim?
Columbus.
Columbus is right. 5 for Tim. He goes to 90. Name the Roman equivalent of the ancient Greek chief of the gods, Bill?
Jupiter.
Yes, indeed. I was going to say the Greek Zeus, Jupiter, or Jove. Either one acceptable. Nicely done. Bill, you're at 70. Name the author who has given us such bestsellers as Carrie and Tim.
Stephen King.
Stephen King it is, just beating Bill to the buzzer. Tim goes to 95. Mud snapping and side neck. Tim?
Turtles.
That's exactly what they are. They are turtles. The Tim hits the $100 mark. But along the way, there's that signal for an instant bargain, and the player in the lead can always buy bargain merchandise. Tim, you've got the lead. It is cumulative. Matter of fact, $30 lead. The opportunity to buy this.
Tim, enjoy the touch of gold with Michael C. Fina's beautifully designed, delicate 14-karat gold bangle bracelet crowned with 15 diamonds. Furnished by Michael C. Fina Company. And it's normally priced at $500. But today on Sale of the Century, here's for only $5.
Oh, beautiful bracelet. Timothy.
I've never seen Spartacus either.
You've never seen Spartacus either. That's right, between the columns here.
Yep.
But or you could play Samson and knock him over.
That's right.
By the $500 beautiful bracelet, is there a young lady in Bridgeport, Connecticut who might want a lovely bracelet like that, Tim?
I can think of a couple.
Okay.
But they don't know me yet.
Oh, it would only cost you $5. You've still got a $30 lead. You'd have a $25 lead if you buy it. And I will throw in with that $500 bracelet for you to go out and meet the girl to go with it. $500 in cash for just $5.
Bye.
Going once, going twice, and no sale. Even for $5, doesn't want to buy. Are you a little wary of Diane and Bill there, too?
Oh, just a tad.
Just a tad. All right, back with us. In the movie The Odd Couple, what Oscar-winning actor played Fussy Felix? Tim.
Jack Klugman.
No. I stressed in the movie that was Jack Lemmon who played Felix Unger in The Odd Couple. And Tim loses 5 for the incorrect answer, down to 95. Complete this line of poetry. Therefore, never send to know for whom the bell tolls, Diane.
Ask not for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee.
That's the one I wanted to hear, the thee. You've got it. You've got another 5 to 65. The only New England state without an Atlantic coastline is, Tim?
Vermont.
Vermont is exactly right. Well solved. Back to the $100 mark. 3 money cards, as I say, will be going up on the board. A $10 money card is on the board right now as we play the fame game and look for a famous person. A lot of information. You'll get control if you identify a famous person. I am a television personality, born in Ohio in 1935. I began doing odd jobs on local stations until I finally landed a show of my own, interviewing such controversial people as Bill?
Bill Donahue.
Bill Donahue is right. Well done. How did you get it so quickly?
All right.
Good
Spent some
job.
time there.
Nicely done. You've got control. $10 money card where, Summer?
Behind the number 8.
And I know you would like to stop those flashing lights on the $10 and get a little closer to Tim, Bill. We lock into your buzzer. Good luck.
Certainly would. I'm in need of a break here. We'll try for it now.
No, right next to it, number 7, and he gets...
Chocolate Toblerone, a magical mix consists of chocolate, fresh almonds, and honey nougat, furnished by Chocolate Tobler.
That is $500 worth of chocolate, Bill.
Be able to button my jacket.
I think so, yes. Well, you'll be able to give a party with that. The game is still very close. We've got a long ways to go to determine the American champion in the International Invitational. Back to it right after this. Back to the final match in our search for the American champion in the International Invitational. Tim at 100, Bill at 70, Diane at 65. It remains close. Who was the first politician to call voters my fellow citizens? Bill?
Lyndon Johnson.
No, just back a little bit further than that. Interestingly, not that Bill was going to lose 5, but he said my fellow citizens, he's best remembered for saying, give me liberty or give me death. Patrick Henry was the first one to say that, yeah. And you lose 5, unfortunately, Bill. Who wrote the story of dispossessed farmers titled The Grapes of Wrath? Tim.
John Steinbeck.
Steinbeck it is. Tim over the $100 mark at 105. What Italian word is used to describe the slogans and obscenities written on public... Tim?
Graffiti.
Graffiti is right on walls at Tim to 110. On what continent would you find the grazing animals called alpacas? Tim?
South America.
South America's right. Tim making a strong move to 115. But an instant bargain, Tim. Oh, something nice. Take a look at this.
Tim, if you're in the mood for something special, try Gibson's side-by-side refrigerator freezer, featuring through-the-door ice and chilled water dispensers, automatic ice maker, 24-foot capacity, and exclusive frost clear system, furnished by Gibson, and it's normally priced at $1,299. But today on Sale of the Century, it's yours for only $11.
Oh, beautiful. Elaine dropped the cookies. Tim, $1,299 beautiful refrigerator freezer. Could go great back in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I know you've got some other nice kitchen things, but do you have a refrigerator freezer for $11 that comes equipped with $1,000 in it? Going once?
That's cold cash, right?
That's cold cash. Going twice. And no sale.
I'll go to the slumber party, though.
Boy, girls, would you like to have some cookies? Back to the match there. Tim did not want to spend $1, even with that lead. Name the instrument used by meteorologists to measure, Bill?
Barometer.
Air pressure. Barometer is right. Bill, the chance paid off. You've added another 5. Who wrote the short story, The Pit and the Pendulum? Tim?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, it is. Just beating Bill to the fight. Bill shakes his head. How can he be beating me like that? 10 to 120. Of what European country is Bern the capital? Tim?
Switzerland.
Switzerland is right. 10 to 125. What widespread disease was eventually wiped out? What, Diane?
Smallpox.
By a vaccination developed by English physician Edward Jenner. You are right. Wow. Smallpox it is. A pox on you, says Tim. Diane, the 70. Traditionally, members of what profession are referred to as the fourth, Tim?
Journalism.
The fourth estate, I was going to say. Journalism is right. 10 to 130. My goodness. Well, it is going to be catch Tim time as we go down to the wire to find out the American champion right after this commercial timeout. Don't go away. Strong move, Dick. Tim Holleran, ex-drummer, now writer, the pride of Bridgeport, Connecticut. You've got the lead, Timothy, and if you hang on to it, you are going to be the representative in the international tournament. Tim, 130, Diane and Bill still within hailing distance at 70. Certainly within hailing distance with a $15 money card added to the board. Famous thing. I am imaginary, though many people in Europe and America believed me to be real. Indian tribes of Central America thought I was located in the Bahamas, where Spanish explorers searched for me. Tim.
Atlantis?
Incorrect. Break for Diane and Bill. Tim is out of the rest of the question. We will clear it. He stays at 1:30. We're playing for control of the board. Diane and Bill will continue for you. They thought I was located in the Bahamas where Spanish explorers searched for me. One famous explorer who's Diane.
The Fountain of Youth.
That's exactly what it is, and Diane gets control of the board. Yes. Of course, we're going to be talking about Florida pretty soon. You've got control. $15 money card. Where's on
It's
it?
behind the number 5.
Well, I recall you've hit money cards before, Diane. Now we lock into your buzzer, and you need one. Good luck.
I really need one this time. $15 money card now.
No, lands on number 3, and she gets...
A typewriter. It's the amazing new Smith Corona XT8000 typewriter with Word Right Auto Spell and a built-in 75,000-word electronic dictionary with catches and correct spelling errors. Furnished by Smith Corona.
Well over $500 typewriter.
Very nice.
That's very nice, and is yours to keep no matter how you finish in the game. And Tim, you're back in now, all three of you with this. With which musical instrument do you associate Vladimir Horowitz? Tim?
The piano.
That's exactly who it is. That's exactly what it is. And you're up to 135. Now listen carefully. What word describes both the total number of words in a language as well as the collection of words, Bill,
Vocabulary.
a person uses in speaking and writing? Nicely solved. Vocabulary it is. So in second place at 75. What name is shared by both the protective covering that encloses the pupa of many insects? Bill?
Cocoon.
Cocoon is right. Still making a move. Goes to 80. This Russian Air Force pilot made history in 1960. Bill?
Lenin.
Lenin, no. In 1961, he became the first man to travel in space. Do you know it?
Yuri Gagarin.
That's right. Yuri Gagarin. Back from the past there. Bill couldn't come up with it. Loses 5. According to legend, after 10 years of trying, the Greeks got into Troy. Tim?
Inside a wooden horse.
That's exactly how they did it. And Tim goes to 140. Instant bargain. Instant cash. Tim, you have the lead with the instant cash.
I should also be certified mentally incompetent.
Not necessarily. You never know. How confident are you could retain this championship? You've got the lead. 3 boxes. 2 have $100 bills. One today is not too shabby. It is $5,000 in cash. But it costs the amount of your lead. It would cost you, Tim, not very much, $65. That's all it would cost you.
Oh, my.
That's right, 65. Yes, $65, that's all it would cost you for a 1 in 3 chance at $5,000. Diane and Bill, do you think that he should go...
Definitely.
No, oh, I did. Tim, just hit the buzzer. You got a shot at 5,000 going once. Going twice. No, sir. He wants to hang on to the lead. Which would you have picked?
Number 3, I think.
You would have picked number 3 if you had gone for it? Well, you wouldn't have gotten it. See? It would have been in number 2. Well, it's going to be interesting because through the tournament, the money adds up. We're going to add another 1,000. When we get into the international tournament on our next show, we'll keep adding. That instant cash is going to be $6,000. And if Tim hangs on to this lead, he's the one who's going to have a chance at that international competition. Diana, Bill, maybe you can catch him. We'll be back.
Got some crazy things tonight, but I don't think that.
Well, here we go down to the wire. It's been so nice meeting once again 9 very fine players who have been with us through the years on sale of the century, and we're going to be looking forward to, on our very next show, welcoming an Australian champion and a fine player from Canada to go against the winner right here. And right now, it is Catch Tim time. Tim at 140, Diane at 70, Bill at 75. Good luck as we get back to it. Name the European capital city served by Heathrow Airport. Tim?
London.
London is right, just beating Bill to the phone, and Bill's making faces. In 1776, which of the Patriots wrote the line, Diane?
Patrick Henry.
No. I guess you got to figure out to take a chance with his quick one. These are the times that try men's souls. Thomas Paine said that, and Diane loses 5 down to 65. What was the last name of the controversial comedian portrayed by Dustin Hoffman? Tim?
Bruce.
That's right. In the film Lenny Bruce it is. Tim to 150. Well, Diane and Bill, if you're going to catch him, I think you'll need a $25 money card. It's up there on the board. Get control by identifying a famous person. I was born in New Jersey in 1756. Graduated from Princeton, rose from private to lieutenant colonel in the Revolutionary War. After the war, I became a leading lawyer, held several state offices. Bill?
John Marshall.
Incorrect. The catch did not pay off. Out of the rest of the question, we'll clear it for Tim and Diane. In 1791, was elected to the United States Senate. My defeated opponent was Alexander Hamilton's father-in-law. In 1800, when Jefferson became president, I became his vice president. Diane.
Aaron Burr.
Nicely done, Aaron Burr it is, and you've got control. $25 money card where, Summers?
Behind the number 1.
And 3 of them up there to shoot for. We lock into your buzzer, Diane. Last chance at it.
Last
Good luck.
chance. $25 money card. Now.
No, we're going to hit $15 money card. Going to make it a lot closer as we add 15 to Diane's score, and she jumps up to 80 in second place. Now we finish up the game with the speed round. The player in the lead at the end of the speed round goes into the international tournament. And 60 seconds on the clock, please. It is Tim at 150, Diane at 80, Bill at 75. But as you know, I've got a lot of questions, and you get on a roll. Anything can happen as we start the speed round now. In what U.S. city will you find a downtown area known as Tim?
Philadelphia.
Wrong. Which vegetable comes in varieties known as yellow pear, cherry? Bill?
Squash.
Wrong. What famous painter did Jose Ferrer portray in the film Tim?
Van Gogh.
Wrong. Which of our first ladies was named Rosalind? Diane?
Mrs. Carter.
Right. In English, what does a French waiter mean when he says fromage? Tim. Cheese. Right. Name the Olympic contender who went on to become a famous general known as Tim.
Eisenhower.
Wrong. What musical team gave us the great operetta, The Pirates of Penzance? Tim.
Gilbert and Sullivan.
Right. Which country's national aperitif is a flavored liqueur called ouzo? Tim.
Greece.
Right. In what best-selling book did Tom Wolfe tell about the birth? Tim.
The Right Stuff.
Yes. Who was president during the stock market crash? Tim.
Herbert Hoover.
Right. Who wrote the line, "This above all to thine own self be true"? Time. What state university will you find in the city of Pocatello? Tim.
Idaho.
Right. The continent of Africa separates the Atlantic and what other ocean? Tim.
The Indian.
No, I'm sorry, it's Diane. I'll give you the other 5. It's my fault, Diane. But it didn't make any difference. It was all Tim Halloran. Congratulations. I think by force of habit there, Diane, I was saying, Tim, and you hit the button.
I do something wrong again.
We will give you the other 5. It didn't make a difference. Let's wrap up. I know the players are playing at home there. Interestingly, an Olympic contender who went on to become a famous general was George Patton. George Patton, old blood and guts. Jose Ferrer in Moulin Rouge and with Toulouse-Lautrec, that's who he portrayed. Yellow pear, cherry, and beefsteak, they're all tomatoes. And the Loop is located in Chicago. You said Philadelphia, Tim. And the Atlantic and one other ocean is indeed the Indian. And the one that made the rest of us feel good that these 3 people could actually miss. This, above all, to thine own self be true, was said by an obscure writer by the name of William Shakespeare.
Oh,
They
yeah.
missed one, yes.
Yeah, that's the guy.
That's the guy, right. Tim, back to you in a moment. We've got to say goodbye to Diane and Bill. Diane, we thank you for coming back and joining us from Raleigh, North Carolina. You have done so well with us. You are leaving Sale of the Century with $68,028 in cash and prizes. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you so much.
Bill Fogel, we thank you for joining us once again. And as you leave us, you have a great total of $74,218.
very much.
Thank you, Bill. But Tim Halloran is going to add to his total with another prize now as he joins me at the winner's board. Come on, Tim. I just got the habit of saying Tim there for a while. Congratulations. I saw her light go on, and I said Tim. Now, Tim, you're going to get a great prize up there on the winner's board, but more importantly, you will be coming back now for the international competition. Should you win that against the Australian and the Canadian, this is what you'll drive away in.
One winner deserves another. And here it is, the new Corvette, featuring a solid fiberglass body, space-age instrumentation, and G51 suspension package for better communication between the man, the machine, and the road. From Bob Rubin Pontiac. And this prize is worth $36,304.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is gorgeous.
He's going to go to the market, Amy.
That's right, just to go to the market.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to beat the Australians and the Canadians to get that. But right now, let's top off again our congratulations on winning the American title. You've got a couple of prizes off that winner's board. We are down now to 8. Let's see what you're going to get for today. Tim, make a match. It'll be yours. Good luck. Start picking.
I'm going to start with number 8. You just gave me that.
Oh, okay. Well, I have no idea where anything
I
is, as
understand
well
that.
you know. Necklace is there.
19.
Number 19, and $1,500 in cash.
Let's go right next door to 20.
Number 20 with $1,500 in cash. Well, that's a nice way to finish things up there. Let's see what I've got here. See, if I only had the money, Tim, I would... I think I got about that. Here we go. Gotcha. So would you like to... Here, let's count. I think...
This is the wrong show.
Yeah, that's right. Would you
What show
like...
is that?
I don't know, but would you like me to do that? Sure, why not, Tim? There we go. You got yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 12, 13, 14, $1,500 in cold cash. Okay, get back here, Timothy. That adds to your total. What a great total this fine champion has. We'll give you his total and tell you where we go from here with the International Invitational Tournament right after this commercial timeout. So go well. Tim, congratulations. Well, we congratulate once again Tim Holleran, and we will see you on our very next show. We start the international tournament. We'll have a champion coming from Australia. I've mentioned from time to time on the shows that there are other versions of Sale of the Century around the world, and that's where we got the idea. We've got an Australian champion coming, fine player from Canada, and you will be competing for that car, a lot of other great prizes. I know there's a lot of cash involved. Talking about cash, Tim will be back as the American stalwart in the international tournament, and he will be back with $180,289 in cash and prizes on Sale of the Century. Bye for now.
Some members of our studio audience and some department attention will receive new Active Length Lead Press-On Nails. Beautify Active Hands. Press on in seconds. Active Length Lead Press-On Nails. Curel Moisturizing Lotion. Most women agree Curel ends dry skin. Eureka Company's Handy Mini-Mite is cordless and rechargeable. The Eureka Mini-Mite, a mighty vacuum in a mini size. Vaseline Lip Therapy, it helps prevent chapped lips. With regular use, you may never get chapped lips again. Incinerator, America's leading name in food waste disposers, now offering its anniversary Model 77 from Incinerator. Toast 'em Toaster Pastry, the delicious and wholesome fruit-filled pastry snack. Plain or frosted, enjoy them at breakfast or as a snack treat. Toast 'em, you love them.
Later today, have a whirl on TV's hottest game show, Wheel of Fortune. Join Pat Sajak and Vanna White for all the fun. Then, if you like crosswords, you'll love Scrabble. It's the crossword game with an angle. Wheel of Fortune and Scrabble. It's game show fun today on NBC.
Sale of the Century stars Jim Perry. This is Jay Stewart speaking. Sale of the Century is a Red Stranding production.